Hello and welcome back to this playthrough of Dragon Age Inquisition. Well, we are working our way now towards the Fade. Before I go there, I want to talk to everybody, go one round and see what's ever on everybody's mind, if anything. But first, we need to keep the advisors busy. They can't be lazy. Got to get them doing their thing here. Ooh, got a new perk. What do we got? Let's get that. I don't even know what this evasion thing is. What do we get? Superb Amulet of Willpower. See, I knew you'd give it to Heron. Screw whatever Josephine wanted. Alright, so now let's follow up on Hard in Hightown here.
To work?
What's going on over in Orlais? Alright, I want to do it Cullen's way. What's it? Oh, is this from Sutherland? No, it's not from Sutherland. It's from the Minor Lord. I don't know.
Let's see
Fine.
what we have.
Yeah, let's see. I have no idea. God, look at all this stuff. My goodness. Uh, I think, role-playing wise, I think, Max here would be siding with the old guard rather than the new money. Alright, fine. There we
At
go.
your service.
Amulet of Evasion, Amulet of Willpower. Doo-doo. What is this evasion thing? Well, that's pretty nice. Let's see. What about me? You know what? I think I want to go with that. Who would we give the cooldown thing to? I think I want to give the cooldown thing to Vivian. What are you wearing? Maybe I give this to Blackwall. And then give Cole... No. What's Varric wearing? Varric, what are you wearing? I'm gonna give Vivian that. Oh, only warriors or rogues. Varric, what are you wearing? Cunning. Iron Bull, what are you wearing? Let's go that way. And I don't think, well, let's see. Varric's wearing Cunning. Solus doesn't need stamina. Vivian is got that. Let's give Vivian that. And I think that means we'll get rid of this. And Sarah's got that thing. Let's get rid of that. Okay, let's go talk to people and sell our stuff as well.
Holding for the reply. A few minutes, please. How bracing to be in the thick of the game again. The last time I was at Alam Shiral was Countess Letienne's wedding. There were a dozen affairs, 5 secret alliances, and a duel between 2 chevaliers over the vintage of an Antivan port. But until the Duchess was en masse, I've never seen the Winter Palace in shock.
The nobility needed a shock. Corypheus played them all for fools.
I agree completely. The game's become increasingly insular in the past few years. Corypheus skillfully took advantage. It's disturbing so few people in the Orlesian court were aware of the Duchess's machinations.
The Empress realized she was in danger.
She's always in danger. Those loyal to her should have practiced more vigilance. But let's not lose sight of victory. Your actions at the ball have secured us allies and favors alike.
Playing the game was thrilling. We did just make history.
Indeed. Tales of this affair have begun circulating in Val Royaux. Although I do wish Varric would show a bit more restraint in his accounts of the evening.
Maybe I should have brought... No, I did the Red Jenny thing, although we weren't able to complete it. But maybe I should have brought Varric instead of Sarah. Then he could go on about how his book was selling a lot better than he thought. Maybe he should talk to his publisher. Anyway, I'm not sure who we have to judge here. Oh, I think... No, I don't know who we're judging.
First, this wasn't my idea. It is an issue born of titles and heir apparency and... Halam Shiral is having difficulty freeing trade routes formerly controlled by Duchess Florian. Had she been tried, her assets would be forfeit and considerable bureaucracy avoided. So they ask that we judge her.
This is supposed to make sense. I'm judging a box.
That was the time allotted for rebuttal. Her crimes negated any claim to... Forgive me, there is an odor.
God, weird.
Grand Duchess Florian de Chalon, guilty. Your claims are forfeit. I assume, Josephine, this is enough.
Quite, Inquisitor. And again, my apologies.
Let's go sell our stuff that we just got. Maybe, I think, how much... I don't even know how much money I got. I got plenty of money now. If we're gonna head into the Fade, let's get some spirit resistance, I think. Don't I have a superb belt of spirit resistance? You'd think so. Am I wearing it? Oh, I am wearing it. Okay. Alright, let's start making the rounds. Tell you what, let's go in here first.
Your worship.
Magic exists to serve man and never to rule over him.
Greetings, Inquisitor.
Now that you've seen the Inquisition up close, what are your impressions?
'Tis remarkable what you have built. I will give you that. Leniana has built a network of spies beyond anything Thedas has seen. All this in precious little time, conjured from thin air through the power of fervor alone. I wonder if Corypheus suspected what he was enabling, just as I wonder what will become of all this once he is defeated.
I've no idea what will happen once all this is over.
Do you not? No doubt there will be countless men and women with suggestions. Beware the heights you reach, Inquisitor. When this is done, many will be eager to knock you back down.
I'd like to know more about you.
Ah, yes. Whence comes the mystery woman slinking her way into the Inquisition's ranks? Once I was an apostate, living well away from the banal influence of the Chantry in the Kukari Wilds. Then came the Fifth Blight with its darkspawn, and I left Ferelden for the Empress's court. 'Tis certain the nobles of Orlais breathe a collective sigh of relief that I am now here.
It's odd that an apostate could live so openly.
It confuses those who expect apostates to cower and hide. I stand boldly before them and demand to know why I need some chantry mage to teach me to control my power. They would put me on a leash so they can feel safer at night. I am uninterested in their comfort. Naturally, it helps to have friends in high places.
You were in Ferelden during the Blight.
The Blight began in the Kukari Wilds, so yes, I experienced it firsthand. Indeed, I fought at the hero of Ferelden's side for a time. She is the reason the Blight was defeated. We did not part on good terms. I regret a great deal, but that, most of all. And after that, I came to Orlais. The last place one would look for me, or such was my hope.
Yeah, you fought for a while, I like it, but you didn't come to the final battle.
The Orlesian court seems like an odd place to find someone like you.
That was the point, originally. I knew the Empress was intrigued by the arcane, and that I could answer questions no chantry mage could. Thus, we fit together nicely. I became her advisor, and she my benefactor and source of refuge. Truth be told, our arrangement would not have lasted much longer. Too many wagging tongues, even for Celine.
I'll leave you to the garden.
Of course.
Mother Giselle. Where are you? Where is she? There she is.
Heart of the world, and comfort is
Anything?
only
Inquisitor?
yours to give.
Can you tell me how our people are doing?
What would you like to know?
How are our forces at Skyhold doing?
Still in shock, for the most part. To see Haven destroyed so soon after the Conclave. You saved many, but still lives were lost. And traveling through the wilderness did not make treating injuries easier. For all that, though, more people arrive every day. Some are refugees, but others want to help. Your Inquisition is growing. I pray you use it wisely.
Do you have information on people elsewhere?
The refugees in the hinterlands are desperate. Without help, starvation or war will claim many lives. With the rift near Crestwood sealed, the villagers have begun rebuilding their homes and lives. People are vanishing in the hills of Emprise de Lyon. It may be demons or something worse, but they are terrified. More than that I cannot say. It is a chaotic time for all in Orlais and Ferelden.
Farewell, revered mother.
Until next time.
Who is this person? I talked to them once, I think. I don't know who they are.
If you've got questions, I'm your dwarf.
I've gone through all of this, I'm sure.
What can you tell me about this Corypheus?
I'm not exactly an expert, but ask away and I'll answer what I can.
He looks like some sort of blighted creature, but he speaks. What is he exactly?
The wardens who imprisoned him thought he was just a darkspawn. But you heard him ranting. He claims he's a magister. One who assaulted the Golden City, what, more than 1,000 years ago? It seems crazy, but if he's telling the truth, he's one of the people who caused the blights.
You and Hawk both said before he was supposed to be dead.
He was dead. We killed him. The only way for us to escape the prison Corypheus was trapped in was to go through him. We weren't going to just leave the door to his prison open behind us and hope he was dead. We made sure.
We've gone through all
right,
of this.
I think that's enough about Crifius. No problem.
Yeah, we've gone through. Why isn't it going away? It should go away. Where are you, Solus?
Sleep well.
Oh, I guess I was supposed to talk to him earlier, right after the dream. Okay.
I had some odd dreams. Very odd dreams. With very odd people in them, for that matter.
I will take that as a compliment, given that you include yourself. Remember, you came looking for me. I had no idea that the anchor would allow you to dream with such focus. It is truly remarkable, but I am reasonably certain we are awake now. And if you wish to discuss anything, I would enjoy talking.
I'd be interested in hearing your opinions on elven culture.
Perhaps you could ask Sarah. She has opinions.
You don't much care for Sarah, do you?
I pity her. Although I imagine she would detest that. Perhaps in truth, I envy her. She has a purity of purpose that I lack. I have observed too much and done too little. What do you wish to know?
I'd like to know more about the elves from before our time.
The Dalish strive to remember Hallam Shiral. But Hallam Shiral was merely a fumbling attempt to recreate a forgotten land.
Arlathan.
Elvanan was the empire, and Arlathan its greatest city. Place of magic and beauty, lost to time.
You've studied ancient elves. What else do you know of Arlathan?
We hear stories of them living in trees, and imagine wooden ramps or Dalish Erebels. Imagine instead spires of crystal twining through the branches, palaces floating among the clouds. Imagine beings who lived forever, for whom magic was as natural as breathing. That is what was lost.
And it's all your fault.
I'd like to know more about the Dalish elves.
It is a mistake to think of the Dalish as a single group. They have lived as separate clans for centuries now. As a consequence, each clan has learned, interpreted, and forgotten different parts of elven history. Some trade freely with humans, or adopt city elves who flee the alienages. Others attack humans on sight.
What can you tell me about elves living in human cities?
The culture in alienages or among the slaves of the Winter is like any of the impoverished and powerless. They cling to memories of a better past, and practice a few rituals to distinguish themselves from humans.
I've heard tales that Dalish magic is different from the magic I learned in the Circle.
No and yes. Magic is magic, just as water is water, but it can be used in different ways. Dalish magic is more practical, not needing chantry approval, although they still frown on blood magic. Superstition. Much of it is more subtle. A legacy from when elves were immortal.
You said that the censure against blood magic was a superstition.
I did. It's fortunate Cassandra is not within earshot. Most modern cultures forbid blood magic. Publicly, even Devinter disapproves of it. But as I said, magic is magic. It matters only in how it is used.
Every time I've seen blood magic used, it has been for some evil purpose.
I once saw a woman stabbed in the stomach with a dagger. She died slowly, in agony. It was repulsive. If the chantry outlawed daggers, would that stop people from using them? Of course not. Some would use daggers in secret, shamed, and some would find rebellion titillating, step down the path of depravity.
You don't need to sacrifice a slave's life to make a dagger.
I suppose it depends upon the dagger. How many men have you killed while fighting for the Inquisition? How many more will you kill out of necessity? And if blood magic could help you? Well, it matters little to me. I do not use it, but I do not think it evil.
Yeah, I had a real... my very first playthrough, I had a real problem with Solus because of his blood magic thing. It's like, nope, sorry, you gotta kill somebody for power, you are already going down the wrong path. like Solus. That really set me off on Solus. And so, nope, sorry.
Legends of elven immortality. Did they use magic to increase their lifespan?
No. It was simply part of being elven. The subtle beauty of their magic was the effect, not the cause of their nature. Some spells took years to cast. Echoes would linger for centuries, harmonizing with new magic in an unending symphony. It must have been beautiful.
We'll talk later.
Goodbye.
Okay, let's talk to Dorian. Dorian, what you got to say, Dorian?
Watch you roam Skyhold all day.
Oh,
Here and
thank
there
you.
you run, checking in on your followers. Why don't they come to you? Feed you grapes, rub your shoulders. I suppose it's more fun this way. For me, I mean. You're rather strapping.
I've noticed you're rather strapping yourself.
Of course you have. That only takes eyes.
Luckily, I have those.
You do. A rather fetching pair. At any rate, you didn't pass by to hear me fawn. Something on your mind?
Don't we? Oh,
I'd like to ask you about Tevinter.
Popular topic. Anything specific?
Corypheus is a figure out of Tevinter history. He was a magister.
Yes, but that was a different time. The Imperium's power was at its peak then. The Civil War had ended. The Magisterium was united, its armies scooping up bits of Thedas like candy. The Magisters who entered the Black City. It was a demonstration of how exceptional Tevinter had become.
But who were they?
No one knows. There's no record of a Magister named Corypheus. All this happened 1400 years ago, before the Blight nearly wiped us out. There are no records. Today, people half believe it's all just a story. That's what I believed.
We have evidence the story is very much real.
But not who Corypheus is. If he even remembers. There used to be families who claimed some of those Magisters as their own. That stopped when the Chantry appeared. Then it was shameful, and the families distanced themselves from the tale. All we know is that some men and women entered the Black City looking for the old gods. What did they find? According to Corypheus, nothing. And only he could tell us more.
That's all I wanted to know.
Fair enough.
I should go.
Try not to die. I would notice you were gone.
I'm wondering, did we get the first blight and then Andraste and then the second blight, or I'm not sure of the timeline here on Andraste versus the blights.
Did you need something?
You seem to know a great many people.
I have made friends, and on occasion enemies.
Haven't
It's
we done this?
unavoidable.
Oh yes. Oh, we want to get about Morrigan.
What do you know of Morrigan?
I first met her when we were traveling with the hero of Ferelden. We never really got along. Morrigan can be a powerful ally. Just never forget that she's here because she wants something. Work with her, learn from her, trust her if you must, but never underestimate her.
We can continue this conversation later.
You know where I am.
Yes, I do. Oh, let's see, Vivian. What does this guy do over here? I don't even know what he does.
The Empress has gifted us with a selection of rare books. I can't wait till they arrive.
I don't even know who you are. Oh, that's right. I keep forgetting we can buy books in Val Royeaux.
I expected ruins. They were. As you see, the Inquisition has not been idle.
Would it be possible to meet the Herald before we return to Ghislaine?
My dear Laurent, for you, anything.
This guy's blocking
Allow me to present
the
Inquisitor
shot.
Trevelyan.
The shot.
Your worship, you do us great honor.
Inquisitor, this is my dear Bastien's sister, Grand Cleric Marceline, and his son, Duke Laurent of the Council of Heralds.
Madame de Fer has told us what great trials you faced, trying to save my poor brother's life.
The Maker called my father to his side. It was valiant of you to champion him in his final hours.
I'm curious. What has Vivienne told you of my part in the affair?
She said you faced down the most dangerous of all wyverns in a desperate bid to save father's life.
Would you mind waiting for me in the chapel, my dears? The Inquisitor and I have business to discuss.
It has been our very great pleasure, Herald.
I don't think I've seen this scene before.
This has been quite the triumph, hasn't it? They just adore you.
We failed to save Bastien, and you're showing his grieving relatives around Skyhold. How is this a triumph?
We did all we could for my darling Bastien, and the family knows that. Laurent is a dear, almost as pious as his aunt, and new to a seat of great power in the Empire. And Marceline is one of the strongest voices among the Grand Clerics. Now they will both come to us for advice. The Inquisition is truly a power now, and there's no telling how far its influence will reach. But enough of this talk. Here, I have something for you. I commissioned this ring from the Formari, the greatest enchanters in all Thedas, for you.
This is a generous gift. Thank you, Vivienne.
Once it was customary for the circles to craft enchantments for their staunchest friends and allies. And you have been both. I must go to see my guests now. Another time, darling.
I don't understand why, if she's a cleric, she's not wearing clerical robes. Why is she wearing... Oh, well, hooray, me. At least 3 people like me. Not Sarah, though. Yeah, she's just wearing a regular Orlesian type gown rather than clerical robes. What's this ring? Oh, did we get a ring? No. We did not. Hey, open the door. She told us she'd give us a ring. We didn't get nothing. I think we'd actually gotten the ring. Hi, how's it going?
I wanted to thank you. When you came to see me, if there's anything... This sounded much better in my head.
I trust you're feeling better?
Yes.
Is it always that bad?
The pain comes and goes. Sometimes I feel as if I'm back there. I should not have pushed myself so far that day.
Just try to be more careful from now on.
Of course.
That's a little bit too strong.
I've never told
Sorry.
anyone what truly happened to me at Ferelden's Circle. I was... not myself after that. I was angry. For years, that anger blinded me. I'm not proud of the man that made me. Now I can put some distance between myself and everything that happened. It's a start.
The past isn't always pleasant. Sometimes you have to let go and move on.
I can't forget what happened, but it led me here. I can make that mean something. Anyway, I meant to thank you, not trouble you further. You've enough to worry about. How are you holding up?
I'll feel better when we take down Corypheus.
As will I. He will not elude us forever.
I don't remember that dialogue. It may be because... I don't know. I did a romance with him once. Who are you? Stroud, what are you doing here in Skyhold?
How may I serve?
Never
We'll
mind.
talk later.
I thought you were headed out to the western approach.
She's still behind the curtains in the reading room, watching the blood pool on the floor.
Who's she? I'm sorry, the huge problem with Cole is he always uses these pronouns without ever actually giving us a referent to what they refer to. She, who's she? It, what's it? They, who's they? I never know.
Talk to you later.
How do you know?
Yeah, I'm not sure I will. Because you never make any frickin' sense.
Anything we can do, just ask. Welcome back.
Demon armies and wardens, and Varric has exactly who we need. The big talker just knows everything.
I'll be back if I need you.
Go on.
Let's see. I think Sutherland's out on a mission right now. Yeah, Sutherland's out on a mission.
Your worship.
We'll talk later. Hey, boss. How are you? Can you tell me more about Sahara?
It was a damn ugly place. Only getting uglier when I left. Between the Fog Warriors, the Tal-Rashath, my people, and the Vince. You were lucky to go a day without blood. What do you want to know?
What were the Fog Warriors like?
They were the worst of the rebels. They trained for stealth attacks. They made this fog. I never saw any mages, so I figured it was alchemy, not magic. They were almost invisible in it. I'd be on patrol in the market square. The fog would roll in, and before I knew it, half my squad dead without a sound.
It almost sounds like you admire them.
They didn't use poison. They didn't hurt civilians, and they were damn good fighters. You have to respect that. Plus, they hit the Vince as hard as they hit us. Hearing some terrified Magister scream, "My slaves! Where are my slaves?" in the fog always put a smile on my face.
Tell me about the Tal-Rashath.
When Canary can't handle the fighting in Saharan or lose faith in the Qun, they go rogue. They flee into the wilderness and turn into bandits, attacking everyone. They're vicious, savage. You look at them and you can see why my people needed the Qun to stay civilized.
Isn't that what you did, though?
Hey, when I burned out, I didn't go rogue. I reported in and went where the Ben Hasrath sent me. I'm doing my job, serving the Qun out here. I'm not some bandit. I am nothing like them.
Tell me about the Tevinter people you fought.
The Vince sent forces to Saharan every autumn. Guess they didn't like the summer heat. We had some good fights on the beaches, standing in knee-high water, foaming red with blood, ships on fire around us. The cities were worse. Free bit of advice. Don't let the Inquisition forces get suckered into urban combat.
Why do you hate Tevinter forces so much? What makes them so bad?
It's not their armies. It's their spies. They bloodied Saharan year-round, killing loyalists, supporting rebels. Alam had no city administrator. Nobody would accept the position. The last 4 who held it died inside a year. Trying to conquer a country is one thing. Making it so nobody can live there, that just screws everyone.
What are things like for the natives of Sahara?
I remember one guy. He made these things, fish wrapped in thin bread. Nice guy. Talk to him every morning. So, one time I'm asking about his bad back, and I see he's nervous, trying to tell me something with his eyes. Next thing I know, his assistants draw knives and come at my team. The rebels had forced him to poison my food.
And then?
I'd seen how nervous he was, so I hadn't eaten anything. A couple of my guys weren't so lucky. We killed the rebels. I lost 2 men to the poison, another to knife wounds. My friend who made the fish wraps died with a knife in his throat. Close quarters fight. He was caught in the middle. That is what things are like for the natives of Sahara.
See you later, Bull.
Nice talking with you, boss.
I wondered why all Skyhold seemed suddenly brighter.
We asked these before.
What's been going on?
Varric came by to talk. He told me a story about copper marigolds.
I should go.
It's always wonderful to speak with you.
I've never done this. Let's do this. I haven't done this yet in this playthrough. Maybe I did it in another. I can't. Yeah, I romanced Cassandra once.
I was hoping we could spend some time together.
What could we possibly do to pass the time?
Bing. Now, did I get everybody? Oh, Blackwall.
Right. If you're so smart, tell me how Corypheus can do all those things. How it's not elves.
Seems to me he's human. Or was. Humans believe some really stupid things and steal almost everything. So maybe he stole some stuff and is insane.
You don't make any sense.
It's the mountain air.
No, you don't make any sense. None of y'all make any sense. Where are you? There you are. Got anything to say?
Something on your mind?
Let's talk about the Grey Wardens. You must know a lot about them.
I think we did this.
The Wardens? I'm afraid we're less exciting than we seem.
Ah,
Have
okay.
you been hearing the calling too?
I know what Corypheus is. He has no sway over me.
Let's continue this at another time.
As you wish. I'll be here if you need me.
Okay. If we were to call another mount...
Finally, a place for... the horses. I forgot about the Ferelden horses.
What are you talking about? That's not a Ferelden horse. It's a weird-looking nug. What does this thing look like?
Inquisition?
Okay, yeah. Well, it's probably faster. Look at that. I guess that's it. I think I hit everybody. Just make sure. Blackwall, Sarah, Bull, Cassandra, Cole, Morgan, Josephine. I didn't. No, I hit up Josephine, right? Yeah, I did. Yeah. Varric, Vivian, Liliana, Solus, and Dorian, and Cullen. So we got everybody. So now let's head on out to the western approach, and let's get to the Fade. But until next time, have a nice day.